Hello and welcome to youthsaga.com. Today our guest is Mr. Soumitra Das. He's author, speaker, and social worker, entrepreneur, acupressure trainer, and therapist. So he's a man of a lot of skills and talents. So welcome, Mr. Soumitra Das. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Abhijit, and I'm glad that we will be able to share with each other something that uh, may be of liking to you as well as to me.
So as you are a man of multiple talents, I would like to ask the first question to you that how do you manage to accumulate that much of talent within you, and how do you get the inspiration to have to grow up with the skills, which is very difficult to the most of the people to manage that much of skill within them. So tell us about the energy source.
Well, first of all, I would like to say that I'm not a multi-talented person. Maybe I do a lot of things, but I'm not multi-talented. And as you're asking that, how come I am into so many things and I am able to do it? It's because I particular this is my perception. That is my strong belief that when you love something in doing, when you have a passion for something, then you are able to accomplish those jobs. Then you are able to accomplish those dreams, those things. That is all. So the thing is that I love whatever I am doing. I love doing that. That's why I am doing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been doing it at the first place. So I love doing acupressure. Acupressure has always been my passion, my love, and that is why I love doing acupressure. I love doing research on acupressure. Other than that, social work or being an entrepreneur or being associated with few other organization, it's because I love those things doing. That is why I am associated or I am doing it. Otherwise, it would have been too difficult. Thing is that I have chosen it. It's my choice and I'm doing it.
That's great. My next question would be that as you are a speaker and author, so how much what are the books and what are the contributions towards the writing? So what are the books you have written and how can you find it?
Well, thing is that first of all, I don't know if I am a writer, author or not, but yes, I have written few books. That's all. And thing is that I am a reader. I am a voracious reader. I love reading books, and maybe I have inherited it from my father. That is why I read, because my father used to read a lot and lot and lot. Since my childhood, I had seen my father so reading, buying books and reading. So I have inherited those qualities from my father. So and when I joined acupressure, and I found that there are few. There was a lack of genuine books and very authentic kind of a genuine books which would be helpful to common man as well as to those who are practicing. So keeping those things in mind, I started writing books. In fact, I would say not started writing books, rather I started writing notes to teach my therapist. So then I converted those notes, or you can say I refined those things and made it a book. Then after that, I have written few other books. So my first book was about acupressure meridianology. Then I have written a book called Acupressure Reflexology. It's a basic book of acupressure. It's bit more kind of a so people like that book more than other books. Then I have written few other books also, like Tell Me What Is Acupressure, Tell Me What Is Magnetotherapy, and I think the eight nine books I have written it, and all those books are available in Amazon. So anybody who wants can get it from Amazon or from the organization office of Orissa Swasthya Seva Sangh, or its centers, treatment centers. People can get those books.
That's fine that our viewer can have your books on Amazon.in. So we just prefer people to find your books out there because you are multiple times you talk about acupressure that you are, as we know that you are morely indulged with serving people through acupressure, and you are a therapist and trainer too, and you have trained lot of batches around the country. So you have multiple what is the sessions to make people aware about the acupressure. So just tell us about focus on acupressure, how the journey started, and how much you get involved with the service to the people. So tell us about acupressure journey.
I would say that it's very interesting story. That is, yeah, I because my father, the credit also goes here. Also, the credit goes to my father. My father was very much into alternative medicine. He was very fond of alternative medicine. He used to do self practice of alternative medicine, and I mean, say long back. I think long back, maybe 30, 40 years back, I had seen my father reading acupressure books. Then I was like, used to tell me, you, if you are having sneezing, then you give this pressure and that. So we used to, my father used to tell us, so we used to do that. But then what happened? This Odisha Swasthya Seva Sangh, the organization that is I'm associated with I'm associated with. So it organized one training program in 1997. So my
Yes.
father was supposed to take the training, but he had a AGM meeting, so he asked me to take the training instead of him. So by accident, you can say that I went there. It was not my choice, but by chance I went there. So it was never a choice then. So initially it was never a choice, but when I went there, the trainer, Dr. Lalchand Bagadia, who taught me, he was a a wonderful person. He was a wonderful teacher, wonderful human being. Rather, I would say he was, because he was a wonderful human being. That's why he was a wonderful teacher. So the way he taught, that attracted me, and me and my friend Prabhakar Behera, both of us got attracted to this science of acupressure. Then we opened a treatment center with the help of my father inside Baramati Stadium, and that is how the journey started actually. Then what happened is that maybe that was there since I was not aware of all these things, but maybe I was exposed to a lot of health science since childhood, because Cuttack is the capital, health capital of Odisha. So being the health capital of Odisha, a lot of my relatives used to come to Cuttack and for treatment. So, and I used to accompany them to different doctors, to different medical institution, laboratories. So from childhood, I was exposed to, I can say, there was a lot of medical things, and so that was, in a way, that was not new to me. Certain medical things, like things, it was not new, but the science was new to me. Then what happened was that then I started practicing acupressure. Then I started loving it, and I would say that till now it is I mean to say it is my passion. I always tell, no, it's acupressure is my passion, like reading is my passion, this is thing. So acupressure is my passion, and I have never, I would say that whatever I have learned, it is because of three people. The three things. One is Dr. Lalchand Bagaria, from whom I took the training. Then it is Orissa Swasthya Seva Sangh, the platform. Otherwise, I wouldn't have learned it, because it was there. It is a 27-year organization, and I am associated with it for last 22 years. So
Wow.
my association with acupressure with Odisha Swasthya Seva Sangh is 22 years running continuously.
Yes.
And what happened was that I meant to say, the third credit I would give is patient. Whatever I have learned, it is because of patient. Because the patient trusted me, believed me, came to me for treatment, and it is a it's a charitable institution where we give treatment free of cost. We don't take any charge from anyone. So it's a charitable institution. It's a charity that we are doing it for last 27 years, and I am doing it for last 22 years. And so a team of therapists are there who treat, and all are honorary therapists. They don't get any remuneration for that. And these patients, those who come to us for treatment, it is they have taught us, because all theoretical knowledge got translated into practical knowledge. It's because of, I would say, because of this patient. Tremendous patients have helped us to, I would say, otherwise it would not have been possible for me to learn. And as far as giving training is concerned, it was in 2004, that is from whom we learned acupressure, that is Dr. Lalchand Pagadia. He passed away in 2004, and there was a great vacuum as to how to train new people. So few of us joined, started training, and I was one of them. So I think in 2005, I think it's been more than 16 years. It's almost 16 years that
It's a long
that
journey.
now I would say, just now I realized that when I said that I started teaching in 2005, I realized that it's been more than 14, 15 years. Till now, I
Yes.
didn't realize this also. So, so it was like, so from then on, I am I teach people acupressure. I teach people in Cuttack and in also in other parts of India. So wherever we get an invitation to teach acupressure, so I go there, I teach acupressure with our team, of course, with Orissa Swasthya Seva Sangh team. We go there and we do both. We treat patient and we teach new people. So this is what
Uh,
I would say how I was associated with
so,
acupressure.
Mr. Das, I would like to ask that might be the most of the people in India or the globe may not be exposed towards the acupressure treatment. And as I know, it's a little different from the other kind of treatment like allopathic, homeopathic, Ayurvedic. They all give a pills, capsules, and other form of eatables to treat you from the various kind of diseases. So, as of my knowledge, is acupressure is something like a physiotherapist or pressing the particular point is associated with the different
Yeah,
solve the different diseases. It's a
yeah,
different kind of form of treatment.
yeah.
So tell us about about this. That how is it different and how is it helpful? And
Well, acupressure is not new to humanity. First of all, I would like to say it is not new to mankind. It is very old science. It's an ancient science, and I would say the history of man is equal to the history of acupressure and history of humanity is at par. I mean, so and it was since ages. It was there. It was there acupressure, but in between certain things happened for which acupressure was not so very popular. But in late 70s, I would say 1970s or 1960s and 70s, it was you can say reinvented. So it was rediscovered by a lot of people, and then it came to limelight. It came to forefront, and of course people in this present day, I think 20 years back hardly any people knew about acupressure, but now the things have changed. Now medical science, that is allopathy, is accepting acupressure. A lot of people are coming, a lot of people are being referred to acupressure. So thing is that, as I say, acupressure is a mode of treatment. It's a therapy. It's a therapy. It's an alternative. It's a complementary alternative therapy, you can say. And but said this thing, I would say also that uh, uh, there is. I heard that there was a magazine, medical magazine, where it was written that acupressure is no more a alternative medicine. It's not an alternative health science, but it's a mainstream health science, because when it is curing people, so it's no more alternative, it's a mainstream as other science like allopathy science. So whatsoever it is, but one
that's a
thing is,
that's a game changer. That means you
yeah,
just
yeah,
get
that's
the
true, that's true.
acknowledgement of your work of the work.
Yeah, that's true. So thing is that thing is that acupressure is a mode of health science. But the best thing about acupressure is that it's different from physiotherapy. Okay, it's different from physiotherapy. It's different from pranic healing and reiki and other thing. And yes, there are certain points in the body. Maybe some, not some. Lot of points are there on the body. It's located all over the body, and those points are pressed to get certain result. And the best part of acupressure is that it doesn't have any side effects. Why? Because we don't
Okay.
use any medicine, and
Yes.
no cost therapy. So no side effect, no medicine, no cost. That is the beauty of acupressure. And acupressure was known to India. Maybe it will be, it will also, I mean, say you, for your information, acupressure was known to India in ancient time as Marma Chikitsa. So Susruta, Charaka, there were a lot of other people who practiced acupressure, and acupressure was known to India as Marma Chikitsa.
So then it's a Indian science, Indian medical science. It's
Yeah,
nothing
there is,
new to India.
yeah. That is because lot of people know, lot of people. I mean, so when I go to any forum or when I teach, they'll ask me whether it's Indian science or a Chinese science. So I used to tell them the history, that how it came from India, how it was there practiced in India, and all. But Avijit said this. I would also say that science is of humanity. I always believe that science is of humanity. It doesn't belong to any country. It doesn't
Yes.
belong to any community, to any race,
True.
to anything. But science is for humanity. So when we say it is an Indian science or Chinese science, I always say it's a science for humanity. So not, let us not go with this debate that whether it's a Chinese science or Indian science. As far as it is helping us, it is our science. It is humanity science. I see it in that way.
Yeah, that's always happened that people who are uh, think as a service to the mankind, they always they just don't want to generalize it to the
Yeah,
restricted to the about the part of the field. They always want to take as a service to the mankind, service to
right.
the humanity. So that's the great
Exactly.
thing that every person who want to dedicate their work to the field. So I would like to ask that as you have a frequency of doing sessions and the training centers around the country. So how much training sessions you conduct the entire year, and you have a wonderful team with you. So how do you want to explain those things, services?
Yeah, I mean, the credit goes to my team. It's not me. Actually, whatever success I mean, the people see, but it is not me. It is because I am standing because of the people behind me. Okay,
Hmm.
it is because they are behind me. That's why I am standing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been here. So it is whatever I have achieved is because of my team. Whatever I am today, it's because of my team. Otherwise, I am nothing. Okay. So yes, I have a wonderful team. It's all the thing. They are behind. They are not behind me. Rather, I would say they are with me. It's not behind me. So that the right language. It's they are with me. So thing is that yes, I think in a year I do a lot of training course sessions. I mean, so, but I have other schedules also. I have other engagements also. But I have few. I mean, it's a fixed training session, like one at Katak in January. That's a fixed one. For many years I'm doing it. Like one in August in Visakhapatnam, that I do sometimes. And other than that, I do it also in different parts of other parts of India, like in Delhi, Mohali, Hyderabad, lot of other areas that I'm doing. And one course, training course, I am doing it regularly for last few years, maybe 5 6 years. That is one at Sri Sri University. Ravi Shankar, Sri Ravi
Ravi Shankar.
Shankar, yeah, he is having a wonderful university at Cuttack. So there regularly I am doing course because I am thankful to that. I am thankful to Sri Sri SSU. Yeah, I mean Sri Sri University management. They usually, the yoga department particularly, they invite us, our organization, and I conduct course there also. So
Okay,
that is,
yeah, that's wonderful teamwork, and we
yeah,
just yeah, we just want to congratulate you for make a wonderful team with you, which will help you to achieve your passion. I want to ask another question which is related to architecture. That tell
yeah.
us few life, what is that points? I'm not acquainted with these terms properly. Life-saving points of
Yeah,
the acupressure we have.
yeah,
So
yeah.
can you just
Life saving.
explain?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
please.
Actually, acupressure, as I saw, it's a very big science. It's a broad, very, very big science. It's an extensive science. And acupressure has lot of branches also. The main branch is reflexology, then meridianology, then auricle therapy, scalp therapy. There are different branches. Sujak is also one of the branches. So there are different branches. So we practice primarily acupressure, reflexology, and meridianology. But there are when we teach new people, we always teach them some life-saving points, fasted points,
Yeah.
and life-saving points. So what are the today I will say two life-saving points. There are very basic life-saving points that can save someone's life. One of the point is that is here, just under the nose, okay, just above the lip, upper lip. Here there is a depression. Here there is a depression. I can show you here. Here is the depression here. Okay, I will get closer. Here is the depression. So here there is a point that is to be pressed like this. Okay, this is called GV26 in acupressure meridianology. G for governing, V for vessel. GV means governing vessel 26. It is also called DU26. But don't go by the name or the number. But I am telling you what, how can it benefit someone? It's a life-saving point. Again, I am repeating that. And suppose anybody gets unconscious, okay, unconscious due to any reason like low BP, that is hypotension, or anything for that matter. So, or somebody gets a epileptic attack, convulsion, fits, epileptic attack. Maybe different kind of epilepsy we have, some focal epilepsy, but grand, petit, mal, grand, mal. There are a lot of epilepsy. So any epilepsy, any fits, any convulsion, and sometimes what happens, these people who have epilepsy, epileptic attack, they all of a sudden have it, maybe on the while driving, while riding, or while walking, or while on the say shopping somewhere, or while traveling. So what you need to do, somebody, when you find somebody is having epileptic attack or has become unconscious, the immediately thing that you need to do is that press this point. But remember that you should not have nails. Suppose you have a nail, then take a handkerchief or something, put it here, then you press it like this. Press it constantly. Don't pump it, don't rub it, don't massage it, but constant pressure for 10 to 15 seconds. Then leave it, then 10 to 15 seconds or 20 seconds also you can give it. And I would say that maybe in 99% cases, within 10 seconds, the patient will recover and will become normal. I'm telling you, 99%. Yeah, that is why it's a life-saving point. And there are numerous, and there are numerous, I would say there are numerous cases, case study, where people have done it and have been, I mean to say, they have, it's kind of a miracle. I mean, say maybe in public place. Okay, I remember one of our therapists went to Haridwar, and he was watching Ganga Aarti, and there somebody had this epileptic attack, and this guy, who was a therapist from our organization, treated this patient and made him recovered within 15 seconds, and this guy's name was announced in public in Ganga Aarti. After the Ganga Aarti got over, his name and our organization name was announced in the public that he has done such kind of service. So this is a life-saving.
So I think this is the most important part of the interview, that we have just come up with this section of the interview, that so the viewers will see this part, so they will understand the need of saving your life. So you have these different techniques used in acupressure. So it's very useful to the people to save their life immediately.
Right. And the second life-saving point that I would like to say, it's even more important. It's even more important. Why? I would say it is called in acupressure reflexology that this point is only in hand. Okay, in nearby wrist, I will show you where it is. And this point is called in acupressure reflexology. It is called point number 15.
Okay.
And in acupressure meridianology, it's called H7, that is heart 7. Where it is located, let me show you. This is a very interesting point. So I will take my hand nearer to the camera so that you can see. So you can see here is the wrist crease. Okay, here is the wrist crease. We have a wrist crease, that is the wrist crease over here. Fine, the wrist crease is over here, and this is the little finger, and the wrist crease that is at the end of this here, that is the little finger side, the end.
Yes.
So here there is a depression, and here you need to give pressure. Okay, here this point you need
Yeah.
to give this pressure.
Yes.
For what? The question now arises, for what?
Yeah.
For what?
For what?
That is the question. The question is for what? You won't believe that this gives miracle result in heart attack.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in medical science we call heart attack as myocardial infarction. So in common man's language it is called heart attack. So what happens here? See, somebody when have a heart attack, okay, he has the symptoms like breathlessness, uneasiness, and when you have a heart attack, you have a grinding, crushing pain. You have different symptoms like pain, jaw pain, shoulder pain, scapula pain,
Yeah.
such kinds of pain, breathlessness, restless, and all these things happen. So what happens usually? Then you take the patient to the hospital. But by the time he reaches the hospital, usually the patient dies on the road. While going to the hospital, on the way they die, and the patient, the doctor doesn't get enough time to treat the patient. So what will happen? If you give this point will help you to buy time. Okay, it will help you to buy time, so that you can take the patient to the hospital, and in the hospital the doctor can get enough time to get the patient treated. It's not that if you press this, suppose somebody is having multiple blockages. Okay, if I say that if you press this point, then what will happen? The heart attack you will get relieved and all the blocks will be cleared, then I will be making a fool of you. Okay, it's not that. It is not that it will clear the blockages in one sitting or something. No, but it will relieve the pain. It will give you some time so that a doctor can get time to treat you. That is very important. Fine. So this is very important. And I would say that I have treated patient. I'm not patient. I would say patient as well as while traveling, I was with someone who was quite elderly person, and at the mid of the night he had this chest pain. There was no doctor in it, and we are at a remote place, and I treated this point. He was relieved of pain, and the next day, not next day, when we came back, we went to the doctor for a regular checkup. I would say recent history. I think it was in the month of just before COVID started. Okay, before the lockdown. Okay, and it was I went to New Delhi for a training session to train certain defense people. Okay, into defense. Indian defense people. I went there to treat certain. To train certain people. So while coming back, I was I met a person who was traveling with me, and he had all of a sudden chest pain, and it was such a horrible pain that you won't believe. And I treated him. He had relief. Then he got down somewhere. At some place. Then went to the doctor. Then I again contacted him. He said that he went to the doctor. He had a cardiac problem, and it was treated. And he's still. He's happy now. He's relieved. He's healthy now. So this is one thing. Second, this point, it's not only help in a heart attack or cardiac disorder. This point helps in all kinds of stress and strain. Now everywhere you will find people having kind of stress, strain, mental agonies, mental tensions. This point helps you to relieve that mental tension, mental stress. This point on hand. Second, for any kind of phobia, exam phobia, stage frightness, height phobia, for any kind of phobia. Then for any kind of, not any kind, for sleeplessness, that is insomnia, you are not having good sleep.
Yes, sir.
So this point is, apart from being a life-saving point, it helps in the quality of living, quality of life. It enhances the quality of life.
Yeah,
So,
as I told that this part of the interview was very interesting and very useful to the viewers who are watching this, because this is extraordinary that the heart attack, when you have the attack, every moment is important because
Yeah,
at any moment you can lose your life. So
every second when somebody has
yes,
a heart attack, every
yes,
second is priceless. Every second is valuable.
yes. So I hope the viewer get the proper information and use it. But I recommend to the people that for the professional consultation, you have to go for a proper professional who is
Exactly.
practicing here. Yes.
Exactly.
So, yes. Well, as you told that, and nowadays we have facing a very pandemic situations, so people are not able to move from one part to another. So you have started the online training program also. So can you just tell us about those things?
Yeah, actually, yeah. So actually, it is not that COVID was all that bad, I would say. COVID maybe has helped lot of people to explore lot of other avenues. So one of the avenues for us was online program. So long
Yeah,
time we are being requested by people from different parts of India to conduct online course, and we were not able to do that. Maybe we were not I mean, say, we were not able to understand how to start this or that. So this COVID helped us. So what happened was that when everything got closed, our treatment center is now closed. So now what we did is that we therapists used to take. I mean, so we used to discuss through. I mean, so through via Zoom, via Google, via Microsoft. Lot of things we
yeah,
used to
yeah.
do.
Lot of technology available.
Yeah, lot of technology are there. So then what happened was that lot of people from different parts of India started calling us. That's why don't you do it now? Because now we can do this course. So now we have started doing it. I mean, it's not yet started. We have already completed the registration for the first batch. The
Oh,
first batch is complete batch. I mean, so it is like in film you say, na, sold out, complete sold
ah,
out. Okay, so like it's
houseful.
like that. Houseful it is now. The first was houseful. It was we never expected that it would be so much highly demanded. We never expected this, that it would be of a so huge response we got. So what happened? The first course is starting on September 12th to September 19th, and it's a
Okay,
complete batch, full batch. Now after that, what happened? Lot of people again started calling us that to get
okay,
enrolled to for the registration. So then what we thought that then again immediately we are starting the second batch after I mean the 10 days after the first batch. That is from 1st October to 10th and 8th October. The second batch is starting. I mean, so getting
okay.
started from.
Nice.
So this is how we are doing it. Hopefully, people will start liking online course. But
So,
Avijit, I would say, but Avijit, one more
yeah,
thing here.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
please.
one more thing. If you ask me online and offline course, no, cars classroom, I'm a bit
Yeah,
old school. I mean, so I belong to old school. So if you ask me, I always would prefer to go back to the classroom teaching. Okay, if
yeah,
you,
yeah,
I,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
if you, but of course, online will always be there because it has become a part of our life. So online will
Yes.
always be there. But like I would say, because now, like we are doing it in a virtual. But if you ask me whether you would like to read a interview in a newspaper or you would like to watch an interview in TV, I would say that I would like to read a interview in a newspaper in a book, because I belong to a old school where I love reading than watching a movie, or I mean not movie, watching something. So but both have own space, their own space, but classroom teaching is classroom teaching, something
Yeah,
that
Mr.
I
Das,
love.
I can understand because it's years of practice. So you can just can't
No, it's
replace years of practice
I'm
with one thing.
no, I am a person who believes in communication, like one-to-one communication. When I'm standing, I mean, say one-to-one communication without any barrier of technology, nothing. I can hold someone's hand. I can sit beside him. I can share my feelings with him. I believe in that.
And with a magical touch with your tools to the patient, as you can say,
Not
people.
tools exactly, not only tools. Maybe with thumb also we treat. With our fingers we teach. We treat with our fingers.
So that's a wonderful science, and I hope that people really aware of the science we have with us, and as we get connected, and how people get going to register with you. I mean, any option,
There are
any
no, there are in Facebook we are there, in digital marketing that is there, in digital world we
yeah,
are there, in WhatsApp and in personal contact, because what you know,
okay,
we I mean say our organization is bit low profile. We always believe in low profile because we believe in work than in publicity, because
okay,
that is has been our track record. Every I mean say for last 27 years, it is we believe in working than in I mean so propagating or something like that,
or
say,
then you're doing
inhaling and
stereotype.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we believe that if somebody has benefited from us, then definitely he will spread this news. So the
yeah, that's
first batch is mostly out of that, is the result of that.
mm,
Okay, so of course there is a Google form. There is we are in Facebook, so anybody can contact us through Facebook. Anybody
yeah.
can contact us personally also. So through that is how the people are doing registration through Google form. It's all online.
Well, fine. So that's wonderful information we have. So I would like to ask you the next question. That you are an entrepreneur also.
Yeah.
So the spectrum of serving to the humanity to the spectrum of making money out of business. So how do you, I mean, manage two different kind of platforms, and what are the operative field in business?
No, this division I would say, maybe bit philosophically I would like to say that this division it's all mental. Whether you are an entrepreneur or whether you are a social, I mean say a worker, you are a whatever. It's all I mean so the division is more of mental. It's a thing.
Hmm.
So yes, I am an entrepreneur. I'm a small kind of entrepreneur, small entrepreneur, and my brother looks after mostly the entrepreneur part of it. That part, my brother looks after it, and though I would say that I passively I'm passively active in that. I would say
Okay.
so. Yeah, and yes, we have something related to pharmaceutical, related to
Okay.
medical things. That is our entrepreneur, and that is one part that we do.
Yeah,
That
it
is
seems that you enjoy your service to the mankind more than doing business. So it's
exactly.
yeah,
Maybe that's true. That's true. You
yeah,
have
that just
hit
make
the
you
nail.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's
That's amazing. That
true.
well, okay. We'll next go to the your again the interesting part of your journey that you are do social works also. So what kind of social works and how to contribute to the society? So what kind of activities you do as a social worker?
The main is acupressure, that is
Okay.
treating patient free of cost, that we are doing it. I would not say free of cost, I would say. That is, we are doing it as service, okay. And for, I mean, so that is, and it's mostly because of that organization philosophy, that our organization, that is Orissa Swasthya Svasam, is based on certain principle that we will treat patient, and that is should be our focus. That is what we are doing it. Every day we treat patient. I mean, except Sunday we do it, morning and evening. So that is one aspect. It's a thing. Then we conduct regularly blood donation camp. I am a blood donor. I I
Okay.
I, I every year 2-3 times I donate blood.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, my association, I am I my I'm a part of a team where members there is one member known as who is a founder of acupressure, and he's also he's a part of my team. He's no called Vikas Chandra Sahu Guttu Bhai, and he himself has
Okay.
donated blood more than 80 times. So
Yeah.
he's in,
That's
yeah, more than 80 times. His family, I think his wife has donated more than 30 times. His daughter has
great.
donated
Great.
more than 15 times. So he's an inspiration of a kind. And
Yes.
we regularly conduct blood donation program. In COVID, you won't believe that in COVID, in the first lockdown, and we got a call from blood bank, Red Cross blood bank, that there is a
Okay.
scarcity of blood, and
Okay.
we have organized around 7-8 blood donation camp with social all this social
Yeah,
distancing,
nice.
with all this restriction, we have conducted around 7 to 8 blood donation camps. Our team, this team.
Yeah, because
So this is
yeah,
hmm,
blood
this is
don't
what
have
thought.
any, blood don't have any alternative, because
No,
we
that is the
can't.
only that is the only thing that human till now,
Yeah.
and maybe
Yes.
in future I hope that it will get changed. It is the only thing I think that cannot be manufactured in a factory till
Yeah, that's
now.
good. That's the
So
human beings and
it is only a that is the beauty, that it is only a human who can save a human by donating
yes.
blood.
That's a really great thing that you are conducting blood donation camps, and even though you are a blood donor yourself,
Yeah.
so you're a man of dedicated service to the mankind. I really appreciate your work and contribution to the society.
No, it's
So
not that.
everybody,
There are, I would say it's not that. Those who are also, I mean, to say there are, I have come across lot of people. I have come across a lot of people who are into 10 to 5 job, but still they are doing wonderful job. I mean, it's a wonderful social, they have wonderful social responsibility. It's not that we are only doing, or those people who are with a
yeah,
banner. It's not that people with a banner, with their organization, they are doing. No, I have come across lot of people, and I admire all those people who are into 10 to 5 job, but still they are able to manage time, and they are doing lot of social responsibility work. I mean, it's a wonderful work, I would say.
so I agreed with you that
Yeah.
that is really every part of society and contributing something
Yeah,
in in
otherwise
in,
the
in,
society
in which,
would have been like
yeah,
this. Okay.
in whatever way everybody is contributing, even farmer, laborers,
Yeah,
officers, every
exactly.
politicians, everyone.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's true. That completely agree. We maybe the way and the way they
It's
operate maybe.
yeah, maybe when you are into you are associated with an organization, then maybe your energy is channelized, then you get a proper guidance. But it's not that only through organization you can do good for the society. It's not like, I strongly
True.
believe, with or without organization, if you have a passion for doing something, then with or without organization you can do it.
Yes, yes, that is an individual call that we have to
Yeah,
do something for
yeah,
giving
that's
back.
right.
Since
Yeah,
the society, country has given a lot of things to us, so
yeah,
we have to give it back to the society.
right,
It's
right,
good for the mankind.
exactly.
So that's amazing thing. So finally, I would like to ask that apart from your service, your business, everything, so I go to your philosophical journey. That you just came to know that you are associated with Jiddu Krishnamurti Foundation India, and you are so much because might be you will know that Jiddu Krishnamurti is a renowned philosopher and have a wonderful following worldwide. So how do you get attracted to the philosophy of Krishnamurti, and how do you learn? How do you proceed on this? Just tell us about your philosophical journey.
Yeah, actually, it is again. It is because of acupressure I got to know about J. Krishnamurti. In fact, I didn't knew anything about J. Krishnamurti. I went to a study center where I heard that there are acupressure books. We heard, because there was I would give this credit to another founder of our acupressure. He is Prasant Kumar Sahu. So Prasant Kumar Sahu was the person who discovered that there is an institution called Self Education Trust, and there we have lot of health books. So he went there. Then after that he took lot of people, and I was one of them, and we went there. So there we met a person. I mean, so there was a family who was true social. I mean, completely dedicated towards this cause, to make people understand about self exploration. So there I met a person called J.K. Patnaik, Jay Kishore Patnaik. So he was a true sannyasi, I would say, and he used to live in London. He was a kind of NRI who used to live in London for last 50 years. When I went, he went after independence, and he passed
Yes.
away in 2011. He passed away in 2011, January 27th. He passed away. So I got associated with him from 1997, 97, 8, sorry. From 1998 till 2011, I was associated with J.K. Patnaik. So he introduced me to J. Krishnamurti philosophy. Then I found that philosophy very liking to me, to my way of seeing things of life was very much compatible with things. So it was made me very. I mean, say I found that here is a person who doesn't belong to any. I mean, say doesn't preach any religion, doesn't preach anything, but is the only the person who is asking us to see ourselves, to understand ourselves, to for self exploration, so understanding self understanding. And his thing is very scientific also. And he's I mean say when I heard him, when I asked watched him in video, I was spellbound. No, he's the person. I maybe subconsciously I was looking forward to this person,
Yes.
and he changed my life a lot. I mean, say, if I say that I am able to treat patient properly, if I am able to communicate with the person, then maybe somewhere the philosophy of Krishnamurti is working on us. I mean, say it has been embedded maybe in some way in my life. So J. Krishnamurti is a world philosopher, is a world teacher, and I am associated. I mean, it's very actively associated with Katak Center, KFI Katak Center. It's called Krishnamurti Foundation India Katak Center. I'm associated with it, and there we have lot of other activities there. We conduct annual conclave. We conduct weekly meetings, weekly dialogue between people. We conduct book fairs. We publish books, and so lot of activities we are doing. And there also we have a wonderful team.
Yeah,
So I,
and as the organization is spread all over the world, so we are
yeah,
connected people around the globe, and
exactly,
yeah,
right, true. Because this is the international Krishnamurti Foundation India is an international organization. It has two parts. One is study center where people get an opportunity for self exploration. The other part is education, that we have schools. I mean, so in India we have the most reputed school. One is Rishi Valley School. It is the number one school in India. That is there. I mean, say located in Andhra Pradesh, Rishi Valley School. Then we have Bangalore Valley School, Rajghat School at Varanasi, Shayadri School near Pune, then Patsala and Das School in Chennai. So we have 6, 7 schools and very popular schools. These are.
yeah, because when somebody a spiritual guru, you can say leader, so your light to his pupils, students, that how they should follow the life to have get enlightened through knowledge, through the matter of philosophy. So people will follow that because everybody wants a guru in their life to affect to show the work of a guru to make people drag the students from the darkness to the light. So that's a great
No,
thing that
exactly.
yeah,
And today is 6th of September. Yesterday it was 5th of September and Guru Divas, that is Teachers' Day. And you are just,
yeah,
I mean, say, telling about Guru. Actually, you
yes,
know what the Guru, I mean, say, you must, a lot of people know this. Guru means, has come from the Sanskrit word. Guru
yeah,
exactly means that one who dispels darkness and gets
uh,
you, brings you to the light
yeah,
side. So anybody can be your guru. Maybe your parents, maybe your teacher, maybe your a tree, maybe an animal, anyone. You can be yourself also. You can be a
yeah,
light in yourself. You can
yes.
be a light of on say yourself.
Yeah, because philosophy, it's a different spectrum of knowledge. It's a different, from it's different from the materialistic society, and give you another way of thinking and see
Yeah.
the world in a different way.
Right.
Mr. Das, is really wonderful talking to you, and just
Yeah.
came to know the different states of your life. You can say
Yeah.
that. You
different
really
sides of
enjoyed.
different sides of my life, and you have done a good job like a CBI, CID or CBI. You have collected a lot of information about me. And one more thing, I would appreciate the painting behind you. It's a good painting. I think it's a watercolor painting.
Yeah, I'm not a good artist. I'm a terrible artist. It's one of the painting of my father. My father was a
Oh,
artist,
great.
painter.
Oh, is
So
it?
I just pick one.
Oh,
Yeah, I just
oh,
pick
is
one of.
it? Oh my God.
Yeah,
But you are not, I would say, you should frame it properly, and because
yeah,
it's a very good painting, it's a wonderful, because my whole attraction was going there. I would say that was a distraction. It was not an attraction, it
no,
was a distraction, I would say.
yeah. It's a human tendency that we are
Yeah,
attracted to beautiful things when compared
yeah,
to ugly
yeah, but
person.
it's a very good thing. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
very good painting.
So I just pick one of the painting
Yeah,
of my father. Make
okay,
make the scene little beautiful.
okay,
So
yeah,
again, I want to say it's a wonderful session to talk with you. Hopefully, our viewer will definitely enjoy and get the wonderful things like life-saving points and all the
yeah,
things we discussed.
yeah,
It's a wonderful, knowledgeable, and it's a wonderful session. I appreciate your time. It's really grateful that we have with you, us. So we really appreciate your time and thank you very much. And wish you a very good luck for your future and just move on, serve people, do your things. All the best. Thank you very much.
yeah. And thank you, Abhijit, for giving me this opportunity to share something about acupressure, about my life. Thanks a lot. We'll meet again. Thank you. Bye.
Sure. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.